Want to know what's really going on? Think of it this way. It's as if Sheriff Saturn, seeing how wildly undisciplined we are, has corralled all of us into a jail for the criminally insane. He's been reading the news headlines. The sheer volume of our irrational behaviors has taken this serious Capricorn a long time to sort out, 5 months to be exact, since back to April the 17th. Luckily, he found a new buddy, Urgent Uranus, in Taurus now, who showed up May 15th with his lightning bolts. This helped blast Sirius Saturn out of his judgments, his black and white rut, and shifted the sheriff's perception of us. He began to see the real truth. We're not psychotic, we're drunk. So he decided to just let us sleep it off, until now. That's how we can think of the sobering grand trine this week that is activated by Saturn's direct motion. He's ended that 20-week retrograde period during which we were to check on the integrity of our goals by asking this one question: what's my purpose in doing this? We've had a reorg of our plans. They're now more in line with our true motivations. And as if a huge dam has broken, a weighty backlog of frustrated ambitions is now rapidly rolling out over us, and in some cases it seems more than we can handle. But you'll find out that you really are prepared, because Saturn, if nothing else, is all about helping us be prepared for achievement and for success. So welcome, I'm Judith Royal, and this is your astrology weather forecast for the week of September 10th to the 16th, 2018. As you can see, my brand of archetypal astrology is to imagine the heavens as the stage set for the planets. The planets are simply symbols of ancient mythological characters that we created in our collective consciousness. Their roles, then, are to remind us of who we really are and why we came. They show us over and over in cycles and patterns the hero's journeys, one of which you are taking right now. So here's this week's drama. We begin on Monday with a moon in a relationship-oriented Libra. It's also Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of the high holy days for the Jewish faith, which is an invitation to review your year, with the goal being on Yom Kippur for atonement. Atonement for what your mistakes were, what errors you made. So it's as if we're getting your mistakes are all written in number 2 pencil. So here the atonement is simply getting that big eraser, and they're gone. By owning our responsibility in it and stepping back and letting go, giving it to our higher power. Now, this is also the first week of Mercury in Virgo, and Messenger Mercury, meaning the actor who plays out our messages, our communications, how we think, is in his exalted sign. He loves being in Virgo because he loves being quite analytical, really getting down to the details. And so we have that energy going on in us. So if you get frustrated by trying to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, you can blame that on Mercury. But actually right now, it's a good thing to do. We also have, this is the first day of Venus, who's moved into the sign of Scorpio. And here, Venus can be obsessively possessive. Okay, that was a lot of words, but meaning your love for others, your love especially for your partner, people very close to you. You become quite obsessive about that because you're feeling it so intensely. And you really want to get to the bottom line of what your purpose is in that relationship. So it's a very good question to ask now. Mars has returned to Aquarius. And as I started with, Saturn has now, this is the first week of Saturn in direct motion. So Tuesday is sort of a remembrance day for 9/11. And we get to think once again about vulnerability. It's been a time when we remember the vulnerability we are to attack from the outside. And yet, we're now asked to look beyond and see the fact that pretend you're in Apollo 11 and you see there's the Earth, that big, beautiful blue marble, and you realize there are no boundaries. There are no different countries. We're just all on the same swirling, twirling ball together. So the perspective that we can now get from this grand Earth trine we have, which is for all of you who have your sun or moon in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, you are our saviors right now because above all else, you know what it is to want security, to want safety so much that you can stay in a fear place about it all. And that is what we really want to break through right now. Wednesday is absolutely wow. Actually, Wednesday and Thursday, the moon will be in Scorpio, and she will be making beautiful harmony with our visionary Neptune and with Jupiter. So this is not only spiritual, but expansive. So I think we get a wonderful look at how we can be our own whistleblowers. Jupiter in Scorpio has been doing a fabulous job of being a whistleblower. And he's been assisted by the Lord of the Underworld in that. So he's really gone to the depths of that deep lake where the Loch Ness Monster is used to be hiding. And now that monster is like on our front page headlines. And that's simply an invitation to look for the monster you have inside yourself who is acting like that vile dictator, trying to run things from your unconscious because you aren't aware of them. But now you can be, especially with Saturn direct. So for all you water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Wednesday and Thursday are prime time days. That moon is going to pair up with Venus, but square Mars. So it calls into question the stability of our relationships, why we are committed to what we're committed to. So that is a question before us this week. Venus is going to be opposing Uranus this week also. So that's going to give you some surprises about your relationship. So eyes wide open. The Scorpio moon is going to oppose the god of lightning on the 12th. So expect some butterflies in your stomach, right? And knowing that something big is changing. With the new moon in Virgo on Sunday the 9th, we started a new lunar cycle. And it's a very interesting and beautiful one that's going to take us through the autumn equinox on the 22nd of September. That's when the sun moves into Libra. It's also going to be the lunar month of the harvest moon, which is September 24th. And we're going to also see Venus go retrograde October 5th, all the way into that next new moon that will be Aries. It's a Virgo lunar cycle, so it is going to be dealing with that connection between mind and body. In medical astrology, Virgo is associated with the intestines, our gut, our second brain, which discerns what is a nutrient and what is not needed. In other words, Virgo is the gift of discernment, separating the wheat from the chaff, knowing what we really do need to keep and what we need to let go of. What a gift that is for all of us, right? And this, of course, then is the week that comes this Sunday, September 16th, in the sign of fiery Sagittarius. So you fire signs out there who have been without much combustion for your creativity for quite a while, this first quarter moon is going to give you that boost. Let me leave you with this from my meditation during that Virgo new moon, new beginnings. I saw the lights of heaven, those sparks twinkling in the darkness of our sleep that have called to us throughout eternity. Even in our darkest hours, they remain. They remain as the voices of angels, like beacons in our nightmares, asking us to dream a different kind of dream, to dream a happy dream of love, because from that, those angels can ignite our hearts into full flames of love, and that will spread like wildfires throughout the world. That enthusiasm about speaking the pray for a revolution, to pray for a revolution of the very highest order. Refuse to listen to that ego dictator in your head, and know instead that you are the light of the world. Thanks for listening, and that's all for now. You can always get in touch with me for an individual reading at judith@judithroyal.com. Bye for now.